Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. First, every today's video, beer's courtesy of Ty. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. So this is Waiting for Ghosts. It's an Imperial Stout with coffee and cacao. It's from Hidden River. And ABV on it maybe. Looks like maybe 12.3% ABV. Okay, cool can art. I didn't realize it was so high alcohol. Although he has warned me that he's like, yeah, it's like a sipper. I think he said started early, that kind of stuff. So good advice, Ty. Good advice. Yeah, I'm super stoked for this. I absolutely love coffee and chocolate, together, like that mocha thing. So yeah, super stoked. And these guys make great beers. So yeah, no, I'm super excited. What do you got? About a finger and 3/4, finger and a half of head. It's a dark mocha color. Speaking of mocha, the beer, like incredibly dark brown into light black. The head is pretty compact, also to worth saying. Looks beautiful. Let's get into the aroma. Oh man, so much coffee, but then that dark chocolate is interwoven as well nicely. Slight nuttiness, almost like peanut shells. That mulchy wood, not barrel aging wood, but like mulch. Some sweetness to it. A little bit of milk chocolate, but it's very roasty, very coffee, very dark chocolate. Like the stuff I said first is like 90% of it, and everything else is like making up that last 10%. So it's big, roasty. Very much smells like the adjuncts in beer form is at 90%, and this other stuff is more that last 10%. That smells nice. Oops. Let's get into the glass. Cheers. Thanks again, Ty. Hope you're doing well. That's really good. Wow. Wow. The cacao, I mean, I don't know what the base beer tastes like. I don't know how roasty it is. I don't know how much chocolate comes out, so I assume a lot of the roast is the coffee and some of the base beer, right? The cacao, I assume that's mostly the chocolate, but the base beer is probably kicking out some chocolate. It does maintain a little bit of that nuttiness for me. Like one thing that's not, like, okay, it's got coffee. As a huge coffee fan, this has plenty of coffee from me. As a huge chocolate fan, I say this in some reviews just to remind people, because I am the vanilla police in beer form. I'm always like, I want more vanilla. It says it has vanilla. But in real life, I'm a chocolate guy. I'm always getting, if I'm going to get a dessert, it's chocolate based. So I'm a huge fan of chocolate. This has the level of chocolate I want. So as a coffee guy, it's got the coffee I want, the chocolate I want. That's obvious, but I need to say it. What's interesting is it has a little bit of that nuttiness, and there's a moment in the sip where I almost get like a peanut butter cup, but like creamer in a coffee, because that coffee's interwoven. It's really interesting. It's a quick thing, that nuttiness. Like it's almost like a pop from me, and when it does pop, it does give me this peanut butter cup vibe. But it's like the aroma. It's like 90% the adjuncts in beer form, and then there's 10% of this other stuff that's probably more interesting to talk about, because not a particularly interesting review, right? It tastes like the adjuncts. Imbibe, because there is more complexity to it. It's just very nuanced, Nice mouthfeel. It drinks bigger, but you don't get any alcohol heat whatsoever. They crushed this. Like, they did a really good job. There's a little bit of that woody, but not barrel-aged woodiness. Oh, man. I'm having an internal debate right now in how I'm doing best beers of the year. And this is a contender. This is really good. I already have one that I think I might cheat a little bit. And I'm gonna tell you this straight up. Right now, this is a contender for in my head a specific category of beer styles. And I know it's early in the year, but this is going to go on the shelf right off camera where I keep the beers that are contenders. And then something could dethrone this. I'm telling you straight up right now. this is going on the shelf as a contender for best blank style. This is phenomenal. Ty, I hope it's crystal clear how much I like this beer. More of a love letter than a review. Have you guys had this one before? What are your thoughts? Anything else from Hidden River? A different stout that comes to mind that has coffee and cacao in it? Peanut butter cup stouts, anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.